Yeah, I'm pretty sure I was like, where the balls is Murray's mission? It's actually behind the entire tower. Not behind. I think it's in a... It's a higher location, but it's behind the tower. On the opposite side of me. That's right, we're kidnapping the general. Which is probably one of the funniest missions ever, because it's really fucking easy. Because I literally just walk up, kidnap the general, and nobody cares. Like, I felt like there should have been, like, alarms going off. People are like, oh my god, the general. Oh no. But I end up just walking up. I'm like, okay, here's the general, guys. Got him. And what they do to him, it's great.
Hey, Murray, can you see the general from there?
Nope. Just an old man coming up the ramp.
Don't let his appearance fool you. That's General Clawfoot. And he's one of the toughest old soldiers you'll ever see. Not to mention head of castle security.
What if he doesn't want to come? I don't want to hurt him.
Oh, don't worry about that. He's only afraid of two things. Fire and water. Other than that, you couldn't hurt him if you wanted to.
Not sure that works.
Might even come in handy along the way. As a projectile.
Wow. That is handy.
Not sure his being afraid of something is the only way that you can hurt them. But yeah, so what you have to do is you have to punch him, pick him up, and then run back to the base. That is literally the entire mission. I thought there was gonna be more. There is a little cutscene, so I guess there's technically more. But I feel like if I'm running with an esteemed general, the head of security, that after I picked him up, something would have happened where I have to, like, you know, maneuver around, you know, have to worry about guards. Just nobody cares that they're freaking general and head of security. It's just been kidnapped by a giant pink hippo. But this cutscene's great. I don't even know how to explain it.
Well, General Clawfoot, we've got a lot to talk about. You wouldn't by chance know the security codes to
Time to torture him with a feather.
Feel like talking, huh? How
It's a
about
torture
little
scene. It's
of
like
this?
Cooper.
Jack!
Fuck you, scoundrel!
I've hit gold. Sounds like an old prospector, you know, that kind of voice. So the only mission we have left is Bentley's. But yeah, they have a torture scene. It's like Cooper. That's essentially what that was. I don't know how effective torture is in general. When I've heard it, it's not the best. But apparently using a feather is probably the better technique. Jesus. Let's not get too political up in here. Let's just, you know, accept the fact that we just tortured an old bat. A legitimate old bat. I guess that's why they made him a bat. I never thought about that until now. The fact that he's an old bat. And that's like, yeah, wow. Mind blown. Just realizing this now. Nope, you're going the wrong way, my friend. Why am I going this way? I saw the turtle face. What the hell am I doing? I gotta turn it around. Wow. Amazing work right here. But Bentley missions are not my favorite in this world.
That's it. I knew she'd have a Bad Mojo collector to transport the overflow. Huh? It's a semi-magical device that sucks up Bad Mojo. I'll need it to gather the runoff from these spouts.
Wow, sounds easy.
Not really. Bad Mojo is a powerfully dark force. Take any damage while carrying that collector and you're done for.
Wow, sounds hard.
Thank you, Murray.
Yes, it presents an interesting tactical challenge. Perhaps I could use the death traps native to these crypts against any foe that might attempt to thwart my collection of the ectoplasm.
They are ectoplasm.
No way that'll work. I'd use that switch
Oh, Jesus.
to smash up the guards before they ever got near me.
Precisely. Once all 4 cylinders of the collection device are full, That should be enough black magic to destroy the Mind Shuffler.
So yeah, essentially you're playing a you're playing like a tower defense game. Essentially, if you want to look at it like that, you have to defend yourself using these buttons, using various different traps, and they don't let you like play around with the traps. You just sort of have to adapt to the fact that you have a bunch of traps that you have to use and try and protect yourself. But as you can tell, they're only on limited timers, and you can only use certain traps at certain times, or certain buttons at certain times. This one is all the same traps because it's just introducing the fact that, you know, there are going to be traps. They don't tell you that there are multiple crypts and multiple different types of traps with multiple different patterns. And they're not the most consistent button, like, pressing. They're not, like, one after the other. Because you can tell the middle one just never feels like working for whatever reason until much later. I'm not sure why exactly, but there we go.
Looks like the spouts run out of Bad Mojo. No matter, I'm 1/4 of the way to a full tank.
So yeah, there are 4 crypts, and we just completed the first one. The reason why I have to point that out is because each one has a different crypt, with complete with different.
Sure how to use your computer, but a new crypt should be up in your binocular.
So each crypts have different. They have different traps. They have different layouts. They have different everything. They're pretty much not even like close to being similar. And the reason why I like and dislike that is because A, I like the variety. B, I don't like the fact that they don't allow me to know which button is which, and I have to just, you know, try my hardest not to know which button goes where, then to get in the right pattern. And then on top of that, if I get hit once, it's game over, and I had to restart that crypt. So things get a little harder because of that. I guess I don't like the fact that it's a one-hit critical fail, I guess is the best way to put it. What's the word? Insta-fail? And here is a chair blocking my dart once more. Always seems to happen with me and chairs, and just like anything with Bentley. Yeah, because Bentley can only kill people with his bombs. I mean, his auto attacks would take way too long. I still haven't tried out his new ability. I think I throw it out once, but I don't actually see what it does. It's like a life trainer, I think, which would be really fucking cool. But here is the next set. I think this was. I think I edited this out, so I now know exactly what goes on. Yeah, this is definitely edited. So the middle one sends up 2 pairs of spikes. I think it's 2 pairs. The one on the right throws out a giant axe to swing, and then the last one is a very, very, very close, tight. Like, it's really hard to hit because you have to wait till they get right there, and then you have to hit the second one, on the middle one, to kill the 2 people behind you. But you have to get in like a certain pattern, or else you get overwhelmed. And I think there's a console behind me in case that happens, and I think it's like a giant like rock that hits both of them. But yeah, these sections were interesting, but I don't know. If I'm playing Sly, I don't want to be playing, a tower, not a tower defense, but like, there's protect missions. Like, there's a game that I'm trying to think of. Orcs Must Die. Those types of games. I do get to practice my spinning in some of them. My amazing spinning as I have to wait for the gnolls to run across in the perfect positions. I think what threw me off is because I saw the giant, like the little spikes on the floor, and I just assumed that was where the spikes were coming out, and I didn't realize the fact that there are 2 black lines on the floor that have the blades come out, so you have to wait till 2 gnolls, or at least 1 or 2 gnolls are on those. And I think this is the second last dude. Yeah, we're almost done with this area. And there we go. That's the second Mojo collector.
Another chamber
Or
in
chamber.
Bad Mojo
Sorry.
collector is full. Moving on to the third crypt.
Oh, there wasn't one behind me. Okay. There are a few crypts that have things like one failsafe behind you.
Waypoint in your binoculars.
Thanks, Murray. This one is on the other side of the map, I think, or it's on the behind me. Yep, it's on the other side. Okay. It's on the right side, I guess, where I am. Anyway, but yeah, so the crypt missions they're cool because I kind of like it, but I feel like 4 was a little too many. I think 1, maybe 2 would have been good. I think my biggest problem is that they don't give you any time to figure out which button goes where and where the buttons, like, how they interact. Luckily, they do give you a nice little save point right as you enter the room. This is another one that I had to do, like, retry, I think, a few times, like 3 or 4. The reason why is because it's a different playstyle than the rest. The other ones we had to stop them before they got to a certain point. This one we have to collect a bunch of them before we can do these, because the buttons on this one are much slower. So you need to like get like 3 or 4 groups, not groups, but like gnolls into a room before you can do anything, or at least you should. I got a really nice connection there. The middle one is poison gas. The two on the 2 on the sides are giant. I don't know what they're called. Giant things falling from the sky. Say pianos with spikes. And then the one in the back is a flamethrower. Yeah. I didn't know that the first time I walked in here, so this is, I think, the 4th or 5th. Because they do take you a few times, because if you get hit once and you die, so you have to keep your distance while trying to maintain your position of where the buttons are relative to where you are, not to where the gnolls are. It's a lot of work just to kill a few people. A coup de grace? I got a crit? What? I know that's not what a coup de grace is, but Dota 2 reference, shut up. One of them just sleeping on the floor. Okay, I was like, why aren't they doing anything? I know I knocked him out, but I didn't kill him. That should be the last gnoll, so stop throwing your stuff at me and just, there you go.
That does it for this room. Looks like I've only got 1 more crypt to go.
And this last crypt wasn't the worst. I'd say the worst is probably the second one because I didn't know what was going on.
I'm really getting the hang of this. I just sent you another waypoint, but it's kind of buried in the well. Yeah, you'll figure it out.
Kind of buried in the well. I didn't realize you could do this before, but there's a section under here where you can just jump down and it's through the well. That's what he meant. I didn't hear what he said. I was like just following the waypoint. Not because I don't like Murray, it's just because I didn't have the audio. So what I didn't realize is that the gnolls will jump in a certain pattern in this room, and I think most of them where there's like certain locations, like the gnolls running in a straight line, they will always run in that straight line. These gnolls will always jump in the same location. You have to run between the 3 places in order to trigger the traps. This one was a little harder because if you mess up like once and have a gnoll jump over, then you have to worry about the gnoll over here, and if you have to worry about the gnoll over here and trying to like maneuver around him, then you aren't triggering the traps correctly and you like ruin the pattern. And there's a backup save where I think it kills everyone in the room. I think that happens to me in this area. I thought it did. Maybe this is just perfect for me. Nope, it didn't. That's right. So if you notice, there's a guy over here, and I was like, oh shit. So I was trying to continue trying to kill them, but then they weren't spawning anymore. So I was like, okay, let's just hit the one in the back. Yeah, it gets everything.
The deed is done. With a Mojo collector at full capacity, I should be able to blow the clockwork eyes off that mine shuffler. This is going to be great.
Done with the Murray mission. I think there's only one other Bentley mission which is really nice because I don't like Bentley missions.